Picking favourites. We all do it, no matter what the topic is. Parents, you tell us there's no favourite child, but you like one more than the other, even if you love them the same. Whether it's picking our favourite food, favourite drink, favourite sports team, we pick favourites all the time. And when it comes to as much coverage throughout the 2023 AFL draft, not only that I've brought to the table so far, but will be bringing in the future, I thought it would be remiss of me to not go through my 6 favourite players. Now, by no means are these the 6 best. This is not a power ranking. Okay, so if you think, not this player, what about this player? It's a favourite system. These are the guys that I've watched so much of throughout this draft period, all right, throughout their under 18 season, and they're the ones that I like the most. So you're not going to agree with all these opinions. Who's your favourite player out of this draft? Comment below, let me know, but let's get into it. Just before, very quickly, we hit the 2,000 subscriber mark before the North Melbourne video went up in between that time, and I just want to say a massive thank you. Your support, especially throughout the entirety of 2023, has just been amazing, as the channel has nearly tripled in popularity throughout that time, and I don't really have the superlatives or the adjectives to explain just how grateful I am. But whether you were subscriber 1, 70, 700, or the latest, thank you and welcome to all of you. I really hope that you're enjoying the content and you continue to join the content as we continually grow and build the Daz Talks Footy family. And of course, if you comment below, I try to get to as many comments as I can, and I really like interacting with you guys. But let's get into the list. So this list is 2 guys in the top 10, 2 guys maybe just on the outside of the top 10, and then 2 later picks. So, you know, I'm not picking just the top 6 guys in this draft, okay? So let's start with my favourite guy in this draft, and that is Colby Mccera. I don't see a world in which this kid doesn't succeed. Now, I'm not going to put a ceiling on him because the pressure we put on 18-year-olds is already suffocating enough. Just ask Harley Reid, and the pressure and the social media and the actual footy media and everything else that's going on with Harley Reid at the moment. But Colby, for mine, I do believe in 5 years' time is going to be the better player in this draft, and that's better than nearly anyone. I just love the way he plays his footy. I love his footy IQ. I love his smarts. I love his ball-winning ability. There's not a lot that I don't really like here. And the full package as a midfielder is what he can grow into. Okay, no one's perfect at 18. All right. But if he ends up at North, whether he ends up at Hawthorn, you know, Melbourne, I don't think he gets past that pick 6 area. It's highly unlikely he doesn't get past pick 3, to be honest. And that's even if Jed Walter goes at 2. But I'll be watching his career really fondly and with a lot of hope. And fingers crossed it's at a club that will help him thrive. My other projected top 10 guy here has to be the guy that I wanted the Hawks the most. Sorry, but we've got to have some bias in here at some point in one of these videos. And that's Zane Duursma. So, Duursma at the Hawks makes perfect sense. Even if we do end up landing Chol, Gunston, and Jack Ginnivan. This, of course, being recorded before the Wednesday deals have gone down, even though it's going down on Thursday night. So, don't come at me in the comments going, you didn't get, or you did get, or whatever. I don't know that when you're watching this. Okay, I'll know it at the time it uploads, but I don't know it now. All right, if we get all of those, then maybe the Duursma fit isn't as great, but in terms of a player with his athleticism, his goal-kicking ability, his smarts is just off the chain and something that I really, really enjoy. And I think what he would add to the Hawks would be amazing. I think what he'd add to North would be amazing, and I do not believe he gets to the Bulldogs pick there anyway, so I think he's pretty confined to Victoria at this point in time, which hopefully will be a good thing. Whether Essendon want to trade up, which is something I think North can consider if they take Mccera at pick 3, providing that Jed Walter goes at pick 2. I think North should be offering, well, that pick up for trade, and Essendon should do everything they can to get it. North can still get an abundance of picks off them, because as we know, you've got to severely overpay on draft night if you want a trade to go down, and that's an option that they've got. But it's North, it's Hawthorn, or it's Essendon, and I think he'll do very well at any of those 3 clubs. It's not a Daz video if there's no key defender here, and Ari Schoenmaker is the guy who just stands out to me in a big way. Yes, I think Connor O'Sullivan and Ollie Murphy are going to be very good players. I'm not the type to sit here and go, that guy will be a bust, that guy will be a bust, this guy will be a bust. I don't assume anyone's a bust, all right? That's not what I do here. It's not up to me to tell 18-year-olds what they can and will not achieve in a sport that I haven't played at their level. That's not how I roll. The reason why I like him so much is the athletic prowess. I really like what he brings. I like the fact that he's played a little bit up the ground circa Daniel Curtin, except that he does look like a more natural defender, and I think a defender is where he's going to play his footy. All right, I think teams like Sydney in this range are going to look at him rather closely. I still wouldn't discount the Giants. I know they've got Sam Taylor, Jack Buckley, and Lee Kalir still in their squad, but he is an option that they can go to. I don't think he gets into the second round at all. I would love it if my Hawks maybe traded up to get there, but this can't be a full-on Hawthorn video. But I think definitely in that 12 to 18 range, someone is going to get a very good defender in him, and I'm not that worried about the go-home factor because it is the most overrated thing in footy. Another guy who I suspect to go in the teens that I'm a big fan of is Caleb Windsor, someone who I don't really talk about a whole lot in my mock drafts. I do speak glowingly of him, but the more and more, the closer we get to the draft, the more and more I just have that feeling that he is going to thrive. There are some clubs that need him more than others, and I know that sometimes I can have club wants over talent needs at times, which is okay if that is my fatal flaw when it comes to my drafting. Guilty, what can I tell you? But this guy's speed, and it's deceiving speed at times. I like his ball use. He's going to be a meters gain specialist. Get him on the outside, and he is going to be an absolute treat to watch. One of my favorites. These aren't in order. They're just in order of like draft projections, even though I suspect Windsor will probably go before Sean Maker, so don't kill me over that. But I really like what I see, and in terms of outside players, yes, Mccera is going to be the premium, but in terms of maybe wingmen to start their career, he's going to be very, very good. And a couple of the later picks, let's start with Logan Morris, who was named as full forward in the under-18 All-Australian team. Now, he doesn't have the size to be a traditional full forward, as they're usually looking at 198 centimetres plus, and he is at about 192, 193 at the moment. But I definitely think a club like Richmond are going to benefit from having him. They've got Lynch, they're going to get Jacob Kazitsky. It looks like having that hybrid tall forward is going to be of benefit to them, and I think he'd be a perfect fit there. I do think there are other clubs that could use him, do not get me wrong, but they're the ones that stand out the most from my point of view. I even think a club like Carlton would be really beneficial in getting him with one of those picks in the 20s. Would it be a reach? It probably would be, but when you're as good as Carlton are and a potential and perennial contender, it looks like in the next couple of years, you can afford to do that. Would be a really good fit there. Harry and Charlie causing problems in the air, and then Logan Morris can slot in there. I know he's going to get a lot of Jack Gunston comparisons, and Jack is my favourite Hawk from that three-peat era, and I just love the man. And I've got a number 19 jersey just outside of the office. You can see 33's behind me, but 19's just out there, just outside of the office door. Gunners is an absolute star, and I love him, and it's probably why I love Morris as well. He's got a really tidy set-shot goal-kicking routine, and wherever he ends up, I just think he's going to work. And to finish us off, I know James Leake is getting a lot of love in the intercept defending department, and he was one that I did strongly consider putting on this list, but it's hard to go past Will Patton, a guy who I really enjoyed watching early in the season, and a guy whose stocks haven't really fallen for mine, maybe hasn't taken the giant strides that some other guys have in this draft, but whoever does pick him up, I think are going to get a genuine steal. I don't think I have him in my top 25 at this point, but he was named in the under-18 All-Australian side, which is a very, very good sign, and even though I was drafting him to the Bulldogs, I think teams are going to get a really good intercept defender, and once again, what stands out when I watch him is his footy IQ. And maybe that's just something I really like in these players, because skills can be developed, okay, structure can be developed, defending, attacking, they can all be developed. Footy IQ, very hard to develop, and it is something that stands out for mine when I watch these prospects. So there's the list, guys. Colby Mccera, Zane Dersma, Caleb Windsor, Ari Schoenmaker, Logan Morris, and Will Patton. They're my 6. Who are your favourite players coming out of this draft, or who do you hope your club takes with their first pick? Comment below, let me know. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. It's going to be amazing, I am sure of it. The NBA very close to being around the corner. The NFL is kicking off, or if you're just a footy head, the trade and draft stuff is going to be coming thick and fast here on Daz Talks Footy, or if you're even enjoying the Cricket World Cup, whatever it might be, I hope you have a fantastic time. I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to join the Daz Talks Footy family, which is ever expanding. Thank you so much for 2K. See you very soon. Goodbye.